What up, y'all? It's your boy Wong here, and today I'm gonna go over the deck I played to win all of these. So this is the morning after, so I'm a little tired. My hair's a little greasy, but it's okay. Yesterday, me and a buddy went out of town to play in 2 Newtype Challenges. It was 2 that were back to back, so we started at 1, and then we had the second one at 6. And I ended up on top for both of them. The place is really cool. It was a couple hours away from where I usually play. So it was nice to get to meet new people, play against new people, check the local scene in these other areas. But like ultimately, I wanted to have fun, and I just came out with more than fun, you know. So this is awesome. I never expected to get these, really. I was kind of hoping to get more of these. I have one for when I played another tournament earlier in the Newtype Challenge, but now I have 3 and I have 2 of the winners. I'm still competing in 1 more. This video will probably be out after that. So, and for the deck profile itself, I played 3 Demi Garrison, 4 GM, 4 the gun tank, 1 gun cannon, 2 Jegan, 3 Rezo, 3 Angsha, 1 Gundam from ST0, oh sorry, this is GD01 from the set, 4 Gundam from ST01, then I played 3 Sword Strike Gundam, 3 Ale Strike Gundam. That's it for the units. For the command spells, I played 3 Hulk of Endymion, 2 Striker Packs, 2 Show of Resolve, and for the pilots, 4 Kira, 4 Amuro. Lastly, for the bases, I played 1 Kusanagi and 3 Corsica base. So I want to go over some of the matchups. In the first one, we played, I think the store was called Gamers Command, over in Brandon, Florida. My first match was against a 1-year war, so it was the green and blue Xeon deck, and it was kind of scary, I'll be honest. We got to the point where I had no shields. My opponent had 2 shields, and if he saw a pilot, he won. Like, honestly, if he saw a pilot, he won. So I was afraid of attacking a shield and giving him the pilot unless I can full clear that shield area. So I kind of had to play slow, wait for that ability to crush all the shield areas, and if there was a pilot, I would win anyway. My second game was against a Newtype ping deck, the Crusacea. That was also a very tough match. I think it also went to the point where either I had no shields or I had 1 shield, and I had the exact attacks to be able to kill my opponent if there was no base cards, and luckily there was no base cards. I mean, I play a lot of small units, so any base that flips is kind of detrimental if I'm trying to win at the late game stages. My third game, I believe, was against a Wing 0 deck. For that one, it was kind of rough. The guy was ramping a lot. Like, he was always +2 levels above me from his bird mode, and I think he started second also. So it was a little rough, it was a little scary. So at turn 6, I believe I had a couple small, like I think 2 small units, 2 to 3 small units, and I summoned an Ale Strike because I know he was turning level 9 or 10 at the time, and I know he had a Wing 0 because I believe he added it with the card that reveals the top 5. I forgot what it's called. I'll post a picture here. But Wing 0 only does 3 damage to everything level 5 or less. He had no blockers on field, and it was just a death sight. So he had nothing left in his shield area, so all I had to do was get 1 more attack. So I mean, this is one of the only monsters I have that has more than 3 HP, and that will survive a hit from the Wing 0 effect. So when I summon this, it was kind of GG's at that point. Even if he drops a Wing 0, he clears my other monsters, that's fine. And if he drops like the regular wing to target attack, I still have the other small monsters to attack. So that matchup was tough too. There was actually a lot of Wing Zero players at the tournament. Not as much as some of the other ones I've been to, but quite a few. My fourth match was also against a Wing Zero player. I saw him, he also played one of those, I should really know, Path to Victory, is that what it's called? To add a Wing Zero to hand at like level 5. So when I saw that, I was like, I have to go all in. Like just constantly just start attacking nonstop. I mean, I did that anyway, but I had to like change gears to play full aggro and just ignore everything he had as much as possible. Like even with the striker packs, I have blockers in this deck, right? Like I have striker packs and I have L strikes. These are all attackers. I don't block. Screw blocking, you know what I mean? Only block if you're desperate. You don't win unless you break the shields area. So why am I blocking, you know? Sorry, that was a short strike, but yep. I just summoned a Launcher Strike and some other units. Launcher Strike was the extra unit that made me hit for game, you know? I think the turn before, the guy assumed I was gonna block, and if I blocked, I would have lost a unit for the perfect game, like for the perfect hits. And I was like, nope, I'm not blocking anything, dude. I'm not blocking anything. Launcher Strike is an attacker in my deck. And then on to the final match. It was a red-blue Crosaccia ping deck. Unfortunately, I opened Exodia and he did not. And that's how I got the first set of the Mercury and the Ariel. For the second store we went to, so that was at 1 p.m. we went to eat, and then we went to the second store. It was Black Flag Gaming Company over in Brandon, Florida also. I mean, half of that was like the same people from the first place, because these stores are pretty close to each other. I came in knowing everybody knew what I was playing, but if they made edits, you know, like what can I do? For my matchups, my first game, my opponent actually dropped to play Warhammer. So I had a first round bye technically, but that kind of sucks for tiebreakers in the future. So at that point I was like, I can't lose. You know what I mean? If I lose, then I'll get scuffed by tiebreakers at the end and probably place 5th or 6th. But it worked out, you know. My second game was against a red-blue ping deck, Crosaccia deck. It was very unfortunate. Like 5 of the 6 shields were all Crosaccias, like a mix of the big one and the little one. And he had 1 Murder Cruise in there. He did play pretty good. Like he was a great player. He got me sweating at one point when he summoned the Banshee, and that guy just starts swinging. Kills everything, just starts swinging. But I ended up just puking out my hand, as usual. You know, all my units are 1, and then I have like pseudo level 1 units with Jigen, and you know that's all that matters. Against these late game decks, like my 3rd, 4th, and 5th game, I believe, were all Wing Zero players. Actually, my final game was one of the players I beat earlier at the first shop. But against these Wing players, man, if I open any of these Earth Federation cards with Jigen, it's such a cheat code. You know, if I get to go 2nd or 1st, it doesn't matter. I mean, I summon Jigen, or GM, I summon GM, and I summon Jigen for free on turn 2, you know? Or even like Gun Tank. Sometimes I'm not gonna ping with it, you know? Sometimes I just need to hit. So I just summon it and just use it as the Earth Federation trait to make Jigen cheaper. I learned that, you know, it's nice to have the Gun Tank be able to ping, but it's nicer to just have Gun Tank attack and break their shields. So it's preference. I did, in my final game at the second store, I did feel like I was holding this for no reason, because all his blockers were 4 health. Even if they block a GM, even if they block the Jigen, you know what I mean? I still need at least 2 of these to ping out the rest of the HP on it. In my opinion, I should have, like looking back, the only thing I think I would have done earlier in the game would be summoning the Gun Tank to attack quicker for game. But yeah, the Wing players I played there, you know, I had Exodia every time. They had 1 or 2 blockers, but I always had like 3 to 4 units every time to deal with it. And, you know, even in my final game, like the guy was so surprised when I dropped L Strike, where is he at? L Strike, and I played like one of the best pilots, Amuro. The guy had 2 blockers, I could dealt with them both in 1 turn, you know? I had 3 little guys, could be whatever. But once you bounce a blocker, rest a blocker, that's free game over there. This guy can't attack, but I'll attack with everything, and then he does have something to kill my little units. I'll just block with the L Strike, you know? This combo kind of saved me that game because I was actually running out of steam. This deck is good, like it's very quick, very aggressive, but you gotta win probably before turn 8 usually, before you run out of cards to play. There are show resolves, but at 2, if you see it, it's great. If you don't see it, it's still fine. You know what I mean? Because you still have enough. Generally, like I said, I win pretty early. I'll say around turn 6 is when I usually take victories with this deck if I'm playing, you know, optimally. So I like this build. It does really well in my opinion. I haven't felt like I struggle a lot on any matchups. I think the scariest matchup or match I played the whole day was my first opponent at the first place. He played the green blue Xeon, and it's just so ridiculously fast. You know, I do have these ping, you know, units, so it helps me answer some of them. But it doesn't matter when they all get replaced, you know, the tokens and all that crap. Like I said, luckily he never saw a pilot, so I managed to squeeze by that victory. But it was very nerve-wracking. I mean, I do have answers to people that play aggressive decks like this, and like Xeon or red-blue. It's Sword Strike. Sword Strike's so good. You attack anything, it bounces a thing with 2 HP. I did have to play this on my final game against the wing player, and I let him do bird mode for free again, unfortunately. I just needed something to crack the base at 0-6. You know, 0-6 bases are annoying to deal with. I only can answer them with my pilots smoothly, at least. But I feel like if you have Sword Strike, you know, you can bounce their Zawart. You know, if they have a late game Zawart, you can bounce the Zawart. You can bounce the Sword Strike token. You can bounce any of the little weenie units. You know, it slows down aggro decks, and it can actually get around some other cards. Like if I didn't bounce that bird mode, it was going to trade into one of my GMs, and I was like, I want that GM to be able to attack more. So this is a really good card. It's like aggressively defensive. I don't know. It's the best thing I would say about it. Same thing with this weird card I play. I play one of the set Gundams. This could have been a gun cannon in my opinion, but I like that draw effect. I'm going to have so much units on the field anyway. Drawing the +1 kind of helps because I can just draw. If I draw another little guy, just drop it, you know, just for another body. Can't argue I can play the show resolve instead of it, but it's like the style of deck is I want units on the board. And its secondary effect is okay too. It heals all white-based team, I believe, by 1, pair 1. So if I have, you know, if I'm trading out things with 1 health, GM will heal, Jigen will heal, my gun cannon will heal, and I think Razel. Yeah, Razel's, no, Razel's Earth Fed. But you get the point. Like, I can heal stuff pretty easily against the 1/1 tokens. It's nice against the opposing opponent's gun tanks. It's nice. Free hit. I heal. They can't shoot my guy again next turn for free. So it comes up. I think I only dropped it once just to draw and to break a base. You know, that's all it is. Jigens are nice. I wish I had more space to fit them in. Even at the 2 cost, it's okay. Like if I go start second turn, I summon a GM. If I have another GM or gun tank, I summon it, and then I drop Jigen for the 1 cost. Or I don't have another thing, it's okay. Like I'll just drop Jigen anyway for the GM and Jigen. Like its cost is fine. If it gets lowered, it's fine. You know, it's good throughout. I mean, I posit these could possibly be something else too, but depending on your preference. Like it could be more of the gun cannons. Gun cannons are really nice, you know, you can rest 2 things. But like I said, it's all preference, and I've been liking the Jigen. It's very surprising and it helps a lot. I like to play stuff that gives element of surprise to kind of throw my opponents off sometimes. Like that's why I play some weird tech, you know, like the 1 Gundam, this thing. I play 1 gun cannon, and I play the 1 Kusanagi. Kusanagi, you know, I can help bounce whatever. If I need to slow down rush decks, I bounce their guy. If I want to get rid of a blocker that's been damaged, or if it's a Zawart, I bounce that guy, you know, and I just swing. I think I learned a lot though, like against the wing players, just drop bases, man. Like drop all your bases, who cares? They're not going to hit you till turn like 6 or 8. Just drop your bases to add more hand power, you know, who cares? Like if I have a Corsica to summon Tall Geese, next turn if I don't have anything to play, I'm dropping another Corsica to get 2 tokens and just add cards to my hand. But that's it. I mean, it was a fun event. I met a lot of people. It was great. I'll be back in the area again. If I met you out in Brandon, Florida, please leave a comment, like, shout out yourself, you know. I want to shout out the guy that got 4th in both tournaments. It was awesome, you know. It was like a repeat of both. I never got to play him, unfortunately, but I think he played something similar to this. If not, he was playing with the unicorn build. I like the unicorn build, I just don't like the unicorns. So I took them out, and I took out all the blockers, and I put this together for a more aggressive deck. And my locals, I'm known to be an aggressive player, especially through Xeon. This is the first deck I've competed with that's not Xeon, and you know, it's showing results, and I like it. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully if you guys build this deck, you know, let me know how you guys do. And if you guys want any Newtype challenges, please let me know. All right. Oh, forgot. This is also something I got from the second store with the price support. The guy was like, "You get this many packs, or you get this much store credit." I was like, "Brother, this is just stashed in the corner of the store. Let me pick this up, and let me get a few packs." He gave me a couple packs. It says take it, and I left. I was like, awesome. This is hype. I already got the Ale Strike, so this will be a nice partner with it, just like what I'm doing here. You know? Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next Gundam videos.